What's going on, gaming addicts? Welcome back to another episode of the Gamers Anonymous Podcast, a show all about gaming and other related news to give you that fix to ease your gaming itch. This is episode number 36, and today is March 13th, 2022. And of course, I am your host, Trey Turpin. Again, we have my brother, Shane. What's going on, bruh?
What's going on, bro, man? Glad to be back and hitting these people with another one.
Yep. Thank you for joining. We have a great show for you guys as always. And in this episode, we're going to discuss the Sony State of Play, the one that happened a few days ago. They went ahead and announced some games. Nothing too crazy, but it was definitely something to watch. And some great news. I can't wait to talk about it. We're also going to go ahead and talk about Halo Infinite dropping or giving us the announcement that season 2 will be coming sometime in May, and it's called Lone Wolves. And we're also going to talk about there was an analyst who is making a weird prediction saying that PlayStation is doomed in 10 years. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about that, as it made some buzz around the internet as well. So, of course, before we get started, if you would like to help support the show, go ahead and subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date when new videos drop. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. For our audio listeners, make sure to subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to stay up to date for new episodes, and rate and leave a review, which would definitely help the show out tremendously. And of course, on the behalf of the Gamers Anonymous Podcast, a big thanks to everyone for showing love and supporting the channel. All right. So, of course, you already know we got a good episode for you guys today. We went ahead and I was excited because we actually had more news this week than we did last week. So I'm definitely excited to go ahead and jump into that and discuss it with Shane here in a little bit. But as you know, before we get started, I like to go ahead and, start the show off with letting you guys know what we've been up to, what we've been gaming and things like that. So I'm going to pass it to Shane. Shane, what you've been up to, what you've been gaming. I know you've been playing that Elden Ring.
Facts, man. Facts, man. I finally got to take a little dive into it. I haven't played as much as I would have liked to, but it's definitely been addicting every day that I get off work. I definitely first thing I want to do is jump on that Elden Ring. I can't even lie. But like I said, I haven't got to jump into it like I wanted to, so I don't want to give like my full review. But so far, man, I'm liking it. I didn't know if I would really like the game. This is my first in their series of this type of game. But I'm enjoying it so far, man. I'm just pretty much getting down to basic controls and mechanics of the game, and just learning all your attributes and what's what and what's not. You know what I mean? And started to try to build my character. Man, I could have probably spent about a good 2 to 3 hours just building my character, but I breezed through the first one because I wanted to hurry up and get into the gameplay. But there's so many different classes. I'm definitely going to make another class, make another character, and try out somebody else. Right now, I chose my first one. I chose Professor. I don't know if that was really the greatest one to choose. It's mostly magic wielding class, but that's what I wanted to go with. So I'm gonna run with it for a while. Then I'm gonna start me another one and play around with it, maybe another class or two, and see what I like there. But like I said, my first opinion of the game, I can see why they're calling it the game of the year, man. I'm loving everything about it, man. The open world is beautiful. Like I said, it took me a little second getting used to the mechanics and whatnot. But like I said, I don't want to give too much on it because I haven't really fully got to take it in the way I've wanted to. So, but other than that, man, that's pretty much what I've been on, man. Big facts. So, how about yourself? What you been diving into here lately?
Man, at this point, I'm sounding like a broken record because all I've been playing is the Dying Light 2, to be honest. I've been purchasing games. Oh, and I've been playing the Pokemon. I've been playing the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. That's actually grabbed my attention a little bit too, away from Dying Light 2. But yeah, man, I just been still chugging away on Dying Light 2. Like I feel like I'm progressing, but I'm not progressing because I do like to do the side missions, and I do like, exploring and trying to find these GRE crates and stuff so I can level up my guy, my player, and everything like that. So I've just been playing that, and spending time with family. I know my mom came down, or our mom came down, and
Mm.
just spent time with her grandson and things like that. So been spending time with family, getting back into work. I had a good little vacation, a couple weeks off, so it's like I was just getting back in the groove of things and everything like that. And that the time we lost an hour, so it's like messing up. Like, I didn't think it was going to mess up my whole schedule, but apparently it did. Like it's almost
Facts, man.
tomorrow, and like I'm like I got I got to get ready to go to work here soon. But
Same.
yeah, man, I just been playing the Dying Light 2. Like I said, I purchased. I very very like I went back to work. The first thing people kept asking me was, do you got Elden Ring? Are you playing Elden Ring? And I'm like, no, I haven't gotten it yet. And they're just like, what? So it's like I'm very close to, like, I was planning on purchasing it this weekend. I just haven't gotten a chance to do it because I don't know. I'm like in limbo if I should get it for Xbox or PlayStation. Most of the guys I work with, they have it on PlayStation, so they want to play with me, but I don't really have PlayStation Plus or anything like that. And I would rather play it on Xbox. So I'm just debating on that still. And then I'm also, we're going to talk about it a little bit. I'm looking in getting Returnal because a huge update has been announced for that. And I've been eyeing that game for some time now. I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But other than that, man, that's all I've been doing. Uh, I can't wait to actually, it's going to be a short week for me this week at work, as long as everything goes well. So I'm hoping to game a lot more this upcoming weekend. Just like I said, this weekend, family came in and me adjusting, getting back to work and stuff. Uh, you know, I haven't ventured off too much.
Facts. So a quick question: how's that Dying Light going for you, man? Is it are you still interested in it as you was, or is it getting any repetitiveness to it, or what?
Mm, No, not at all. I'm definitely still interested in it. It's not really repetitive. Or, I mean, okay, I lie. I mean, it is repetitive. You know what I'm saying? But it's like like I'm enjoying it. Like this is my type of game. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like all I do is parkour, jump from building to buildings, run away from zombies. Then I'll see some a area where you have to defeat a huge zombie in order to get a GRE crate so you can level up and things like that. And you can only do that at night when the zombies are even more terrifying. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? And just like the story elements, like I'm still into it surprisingly, even though I didn't play it as much this past weekend. Like I still think about it all the time. Like when I boot up my Xbox, I'm like, yep, let me go ahead and click on Dying Light 2 and just play a little bit, even if I'm about to leave, let me play 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or what have you. So I still recommend it. That's a game. Definitely catch it on sale. You know what I'm saying? And if it ever came to like a Game Pass or PlayStation Plus or anything like that, that would be a plus. But that's probably not going to happen for a while because I still see it being one of the top sold games, every week. So yeah, definitely, man. I recommend it.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, like when it first dropped, man, I had my eye on it, and I was just wondering since I knew you had it, man, just what your opinion was on it, because I definitely still would like to play it, even though I'm dedicating all my time to Elden Ring here. But here
Hmm.
here soon, I'm praying here real soon. I'll either be going down to only one job, or I'll be going down to only a couple days at one job. And so I should have a lot of free time to invest in the things I want to do and get back into this gaming scene that I love so much. So
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, man. It's just, Man, yeah, you would definitely like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm just focusing on Dying Light 2 right now because I know if I jump into Elden Ring, you gotta invest. These are huge worlds. You gotta invest your time in
Oh
these.
yeah,
For me, I'm that type of person. I can't just keep bouncing around. I could probably have 2 games in rotation at max.
maybe
You know what I'm
three.
saying? Yeah, maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? But me, I just know like I don't know, I'm a stickler and I'm just trying to, yeah, let me play this game as long as I can until I get burnt out and then I'll
Get,
move on type
get
deal.
your money's worth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. But was there anything else you wanted to go ahead and share? Because I know the listeners, they definitely trying to hear what we got to say about this news.
No man, let's roll into the news.
Okay, that's what I like. That's what I like to hear. All right. So the first topic that we're going to go ahead and talk about is the state of play. Sony went ahead and did a state of play. Was it on Wednesday? Yeah, I believe it was March 9th or the 10th. One of those. Can't pinpoint it there. I literally got off work like a couple minutes before and like rushed home just so I can go ahead and watch it live. I actually went and I watched the live reaction of this fellow podcast. I mentioned them last episode, Project X Talk. The host Kevin, he went ahead and did a live reaction, and I watched it with him, and it was actually a decent show. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the article here. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. Let's get it here. Haha. All right, great. All right, so the state of play. All right. So the state of play, I'm reading off of an IGN article, So it was about the state of play was about 20 minutes, and Sony wanted to focus on their Japanese publishers and partners. All right. So I got a couple things highlighted here. So the first game that they actually went ahead and showcased, I swear it had everybody like people thought this was a new Dino Crisis, but it was not. So a lot of people were like, is this a new Dino Crisis because it's made by Capcom? So Capcom reveals Exo Primal, which is coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in 2023. This was, I believe, the only game that's not coming out this year. So they went ahead and started the show off with that. And this show, it actually caught my attention. It kind of looked like a Left 4 Dead just with dinosaurs or something like that. Um, I think a lot of people were just hurt that it wasn't Dino Crisis. And thankfully it wasn't Dino Crisis because it looked completely different from what I'm aware of what Dino Crisis is. So it says that it had some serious Dino Crisis vibes. Like I said, everyone thought it was Dino Crisis, but it wasn't. And it says we don't have an exact release date, but it seems like it's coming out on all the major platforms as well as Xbox and PC. All right. And then the second game that they went ahead and showed was that Ghostwire Tokyo. Everyone knows that this is a game made by Tango GameWorks, which is owned by Bethesda, which is owned by Xbox and Microsoft. So, but they did have a timed exclusive with PlayStation before Xbox made the acquisition with Bethesda, and this is actually dropping this month. It's coming out on March 25th. And Shane, I know you said that you were very interested in Ghostwire Tokyo. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah, man. Just off of watching the little trailer, it definitely intrigued me, man, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I'm still like I'm interested in this game, but it's still like I'm actually waiting on some feedback to see exactly what this game is,
Uh,
and
Facts,
um,
facts. That I
you
mean, that's
know,
mostly any game though. You always got to do your research, man. You always got to do your research. Hey, I'm still searching for my P5, man. You know.
yeah, I think it is. I think it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, so yeah, it's not coming out on PlayStation 4. So yeah, so definitely until you get the PlayStation 5, you might as well just go ahead and just have this, add it to your backlog that you'll purchase later. You might actually get a sale. But I believe even if you don't get a PlayStation 5, within the year that it comes out, it's going to come to Xbox eventually. So
Right,
you might get
right.
it on Game Pass or, you
Hey,
know.
that would be a plus.
hmm
That would
But
be a
yeah,
plus.
this game is definitely. I'm liking the vibe. I just need to see a little bit more gameplay and like story and what you actually do in the game. So another one that they also went ahead and showcased, which I'm very interested in, is they showed a new trailer and they also announced that PlayStation was getting a demo. So you can go ahead and try this game out before it releases later this month. I believe it comes out on Tuesday, like in 2 days. It's coming out March 15th, and it's called Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. And Stranger of Paradise is the Final Fantasy series take on the Dark Souls formula coming from Neo developer Team Ninja. The game is coming out next Tuesday, March 15th, and there's a new demo coming to the PlayStation Store, as I mentioned today. So it's out now. So you can try it out one more time before the game releases. So I had no idea what this game was. I seen the trailer, thought it looked dope. And then when I seen that it was like made by Team Ninja, who did Neo, which Neo is a game kind of like, Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring. It's inspired by From Software's games. So I'm like, oh man. And they said this is Final Fantasy's take on that. So, Final Fantasy has a big, it's a big market, very well known, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely has my interest. And, I'm going to go ahead and download that demo so I can try it out.
Right.
Um,
Definitely have to let me know
mm,
about that demo, man. So is that demo only available until the game releases?
no, I'm
Or
pretty sure to stay.
okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure to stay. All right. And then let's see here. They also went ahead and showed more gameplay for Forspoken. I've expressed my interest in this game. Forspoken, it actually got delayed. Let me read it here. It says Forspoken was just delayed from May 25th to October 11th. So, which I actually approve of that message and that delay because I was excited when the game got announced, but the most recent gameplay footage that they showed, it was a little skeptical, you know what I'm saying? And, I think, and they went quiet ever since then until recently when they announced that it actually got delayed, which, definitely give it as much time as it needs to flesh out. They probably heard people's feedback and things like that. So definitely kudos for them for actually, pushing it back to later this year. So
Facts.
once again, this holiday season seems like it's going to be stacked once again. Um, so went ahead and showed another trailer for that. They went ahead and showed a trailer for Gundam Evolution, which it was confirmed to come out in Japan or the eastern part of the world, but they went ahead and just announced that it's releasing in the western part of the world, the Americas as well. So it's Gundam Evolution was previously announced for Japan, but it's now been confirmed for a Western release later in 2022. The game is a 6v6 competitive online first-person shooter featuring the giant mechs you'd expect from the Gundam name. It will launch on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox and Xbox One, Series X's, and PC as well. All right. Um, So they also went ahead and showed off a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection. I was surprised to see this, and I was surprised to see how many games are actually going to be on this. Um, my son's knocking on the door.
Collection here.
Yeah, let's see here. Sorry about that. But yeah, it says that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection features 13 classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. All right, 13 of them. And the game is coming to all consoles this year. Now, I don't really remember playing any of these Ninja Turtle games. I think I've played them in the arcade. I don't know if you've played any of these, Shane,
Let me
or
see
any Ninja
here.
Turtle game.
Yeah,
This
back
is
in the day, man, but it's been so long, I can't even remember the name or anything. I definitely played a few of the arcade ones for sure back
mm-hmm.
in the day.
Yeah, I think this is just to get people hyped and ready because I believe there's a new Ninja Turtle game coming out soon. Which is pretty much, like an arcade like Ninja Turtle game. So they're probably just putting this out there to just make the hype even more real for when the new title actually drops.
When does this release?
Um, it's coming out to all consoles this year, so there's no
Okay,
release
yeah,
date or anything.
it's
Just 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Correct. Gotcha.
All right. They also went ahead and announced another game. They announced was Kaiju Brawler Gigabash, which is coming to PS5 and PlayStation 4 this year. Pretty much, if you're a fan of Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, you'll probably, you were interested in this game itself. Really didn't, catch my eye or anything like that. But yeah, definitely they announced that. Now this one was a talk of the town. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventures fighting game coming out this year, which is called JoJo's AllStar Battle R. All right, where you can play as 50 different characters from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe, which is an anime for those that don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the game is coming to all major platforms this fall. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my boy Ant, which if you watched the spoiler review discussion of the Batman that we released a couple days ago, earlier this week, my boy, we actually went to a barcade, and they got me back into these fighting brawler type games. We were playing Marvel versus Capcom 3. I was getting my butt handed to me, so I went ahead and purchased the game just so I can get better at it. So when we go back to the bar, that will actually, I can give them a run for their money. So when I seen the footage of this game, I was like, this game looks dope. I actually, for some reason, I think I'm the only one that remembers that Tekken and Street Fighter, they were going to create two games, and it was going to be Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which that game did come out, which is, Street Fighter and Tekken combined, but it was in the Street Fighter art style. And then they were going to come out with Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Did I say it backwards? Street Fighter Cross Tekken is what came out, and then Tekken Cross Street Fighter is pretty much the same thing, but it was going to be in the Tekken art style, and the Tekken move sets and things like that. But that game never got released, the Tekken Cross Street Fighter. So, when I seen this, I'm thinking like, oh, they're going to bring it back. They're going to actually do it. And it was actually, JoJo's All-Star Battle R, which I'll take that. It looks really dope. I know you said when you
Yes.
seen the trailer, you thought this was looking dope, but you
Yeah.
said you weren't interested in fighting games
No,
like
I
that.
mean, I mean, I play fighters, but I'm just not a real big fighter guy there. But I mean, I don't knock them at all. I would definitely give this a try. But this looked beautiful, man. This was looking rather stunning. I was actually surprised, man. Like for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
this right here might be a game that would get me back into playing a fighter, man. We used to play those a lot when I was a lot younger. Just the
Mm-hmm.
homeboys, chilling around the crib, and the arcade days when those used to be a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Fighters were definitely the thing back then, especially with all the Tekkens and Street Fighters. Man, I remember some of my homeboys, man, they were untouchable in those fighting games, which in the beginning is kind of what pushed me away from them, was because my homeboys were just so nice. It was like you were wasting your time to try to even play these guys. But once you played them and got you a couple moves down, and you got your character, and you actually worked a little bit, they weren't all that invincible as they seemed.
Oh yeah, man. Fighting games are all, man, they're like that. Like, I rarely play any fighting game online just because people are nasty.
Oh yeah, online.
They
Oh my god.
really nasty.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lord.
hmm So definitely look out for that. Like I said, the game is coming to all major platforms this fall. All right. And another one I remember, Shane, that you thought was looking dope from the trailer. It says that there's a samurai game. It seems like this is the decade for samurai or something like that. We've gotten like we got, what was it, Ghost of Tsushima. We ended up getting like Sekiro. We're getting this, which is Trek Tayami. I believe I pronounced that right, which is a gorgeous homage to classic samurai films. It features intense one-on-one sword combat as well as platforming and exploration. The game is also coming to it looks like it's just coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 this spring. So it sounds like it's coming very soon. This one caught a lot of attention. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter talk about this game. So Shane, what did you think of it from the trailer that you witnessed?
Man, this right here looks like my type of game. Definitely, I'm into the whole samurai thing and whatnot. But just the style, the art style, the gameplay, everything. It looked dope to me. It looked like a one to put on a watch list for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, it definitely caught my eye too. So, all right. Another one. So Returnal, of course, Returnal released last year to rave reviews. Um, they went ahead and showed a trailer letting us know that there's a free update coming to Returnal, which is going to incorporate co-op, which a lot of people gave Halo a lot of flack for not having. Everyone was saying like, oh my goodness, Returnal got co-op before Halo, which the compare I understood the joke, it was funny, but the comparison, I was just like, okay, you guys are stretching a little bit. But yeah, definitely everyone was making fun of Halo for this. So it's getting a free huge update. The update brings two-player campaign co-op to the game, as well as brand new survival mode about scaling a tower. Kind of reminds me of Mortal Kombat's tower mode. Um, Taking out waves upon waves of Returnal's enemies as you go. The update drops on March 22nd, 2022. So I'm definitely getting Returnal. I know my boy Ant, he's been wanting me to get the game. He's been telling me he's really enjoyed it and things like that. I just, couldn't see myself dropping the 70 bones, but
Ooh.
I'm probably going to have to do it for this. I'm hoping around this time they might have a sale where I can get it for like, $10, $20 off, even less.
40, 50, 60, something, huh?
Yeah, yeah, for the free, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But we can dream.
Amen.
But yeah, man, this looks fun. Like I said, it's kind of like a roguelike shooter, it's very hard. You die a lot, but it has like a special twist to Returnal for those that are not familiar. Each playthrough is like different. So definitely I'm excited to see that. All right. And then this is getting towards the end here. They went ahead and ended the show with announcing two new games from Square Enix. The first one was they announced a new strategy game, a strategy RPG called the Dialfield Chronicle. Dialfield. I'm not for sure. They came out with some crazy names. They just do that. They just random generator and hit enter, and there's the name for the game. All right. So the game is a brand new strategy RPG from Square Enix, coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 later this year. It will also launch on Switch, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. All right. So it's definitely a cross-gen title and multi-platform. All right. And then the last game they went ahead and announced was Valkyrie Elysium, revealed for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Valkyrie Elysium is coming to PlayStation 4 and 5 in 2022. The game is a new entry in Square Enix's Valkyrie Profile series, which hasn't seen a home console entry since 2006's Valkyrie Profile 2, Silmeria, on the PlayStation 2.
Ooh.
So they're definitely bringing back a fan favorite or a cult classic franchise, as you will, at least two console gamers, you know. So that's definitely, I know a lot of people are excited for this game. I seen these last two games, they really didn't appeal to me. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing them, but would I go out and spend like these would be like, a Game Pass game for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm interested enough to play it, but not interested to actually, purchase it and invest my money into it like that.
Right, right.
So,
But it's
all right.
definitely a
So,
fan base out there for it, or they wouldn't be doing it. So
yeah, exactly,
definitely something to
exactly.
keep your eye on.
Yeah, but overall, I feel like the state of play, I think it was very solid. Wasn't anything too special, but it was definitely, I would recommend. It wasn't like I wasted time watching it or anything like that. It was definitely caught my interest. I would recommend people to go watch it, to see, because it's exciting that, we're getting new games announced and we got more games to look forward to. So, Shane, what did you
Right.
think of the show?
Man, I don't think it was too bad at all, man. I mean, like I said, it wasn't the best or the greatest, but it's definitely a few games that I'm willing to look out for, and I'm willing to put some of my time in and keep track of, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on and playing. If you had to rate this state of play, what would you give it for letter grade?
Letter grade. Oh, I like the letter grade scheme instead of the number grade. Uh, Letter grade, I would say it was like I want to say a C plus B minus.
Okay, I
Yeah,
agree with that. I agree with
you know what I'm
that.
saying? Like
I
it's
agree
not
with
too
that.
bad. It's passing, you know. But that's what I was, listening to other podcasts, because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? And not only do I host, but I listen to a lot. How else am I going to get better? But I was listening to some of my favorite podcasts, and they were talking about how the state of play is more for like the smaller titles, or like, smaller gaming announcements. And
Hmm.
then I believe Sony has like the showcase, the PlayStation showcases, which actually highlights their big exclusives or their big games coming out. So don't expect too much when they announce that they're going to do a state of play. Don't announce that is they're going to have God of War Ragnarok, or something along those lines, the next Infamous or anything, or just some big huge
Big huge
announcements.
announcement. Facts.
Yeah, those are saved for like, bigger events or showcase events, that they put on. Yeah, but what about you?
Makes
What
sense.
what would you give this a letter grade?
Like I said, I completely agree with you, man. I was thinking B minus, B minus, but especially what you saying, what you just said there about them holding off the bigger title games for different events and different showcases. I don't think it was bad at all, man. I'm actually glad that Sony does this state of play thing and just keeps us enlightened and let us know what they got going on in the works and what we have to look forward to in the upcoming year and years to follow. So you know what I mean? I think they did a good job, man. Um,
Mhm. I agree.
just to add there, I know everybody's probably been saying this, but I wish Xbox would do something more along these lines as far as giving us these state of play type updates. I mean, I guess they tried with the Xbox Insider thing, but I just wish they would
Hmm.
come more frequently and just let us know what's going on behind the scenes with these games, or even more not necessarily the big hits or whatever. But I've been seeing that everywhere, all over the blogs and the web and whatnot. How everyone's wishing that Xbox would do a little more stuff like this instead of waiting on your big name events to just give you a rundown on everything there. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So hopefully they'll transition to doing things more like this. But PlayStation, keep doing your thing, man. They're doing this right. So
Yeah.
I can congratulate them on that one.
Yeah, definitely. And I agree. I think Xbox, yeah, like you said, they tried to do something like this because everyone knows at least I feel like everyone got the idea from Nintendo, because they do their
Hmm.
Nintendo Directs. They at least do one every quarter, I believe. So then PlayStation started doing it heavily too. So I feel like, Xbox, I feel like they're going to do it. They did announce that they are, or it's like a rumor that they're announcing, or it might have got revealed that it's true, that they're announcing they're going to have two events this year, one in May and one in September. So don't know how big they're going to be, don't know what it's going, like, if they're going to do it in May, are they just skipping June and the E3 entirely, even though I'm hearing there's no E3.
Right.
So Jeff Keighley is just going to have to do the thing when it comes with his Summer Games Fest
Hmm.
that's been going on the past couple years. So yeah, they're definitely going to do it. And like you said, kudos to PlayStation. It was
Right.
definitely a solid show.
I just wish they would come a little bit more with the quarterly thing, because that that's a long time to go without nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're gamers. We thrive for this type of stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. We got spoiled last year,
Yes.
2020 and 2021 with news. Like this is the slowest first half of a year in a couple years now,
Oh
with
yeah.
news. Mhm. But yeah, was there anything else before we move on?
No, man.
Okay. Go ahead. We're gonna move on to the next topic. All right. So this one is a little fun one here. Um, like at first, I didn't take this. I still don't take it seriously, but it was just a fun topic to talk about. A lot of people were bringing it up on Twitter as well. So let's pull it up here. So I have this article from PlayStationLifestyle.net, and it was pretty much there's this analyst who's not always been right when he predicts things. Uh, so his name is, let's see, his name is Michael Pachter, and he was on a Xbox podcast. I believe it was Real Deal Xbox podcast by Dealer Gaming. um, he went ahead and pretty much talked about how he thinks Xbox, or not Xbox, PlayStation is doomed and it will no longer be here as we know it in 10 years. So let me go ahead and just read the article, the notes that I have here for you guys. So it says, video game industry's resident doom and gloom predictor, Michael Pachter, has weighed in on the evergreen PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X debate, arguing that PlayStation as we know it will cease to exist within the next 10 years. Ooh, that's a bold statement there. So, and he says, quote, I think PlayStation is doomed and I think they're going to cease to exist as we know them in about 10 years, unquote. Pachter claims in the latest episode of the RDX podcast, they can't compete. They have no chance of competing. They're not a couple of years behind. It's an insurmountable lead. He referred to Microsoft's ever expanding game library, its acquisition of major publishing houses, and the popularity of its Game Pass service. All right. And then the person who wrote the article, they went ahead and gave some opinions, and or they talked about it a little bit. They said, to be fair to Pachter, he did say that PlayStation as we know it, in quotation marks, as we know it, will cease to exist in 10 years, which isn't entirely wrong. However, the idea that it's doomed is silly to say the least. All right. So that's pretty much what this article had to say. It summed up pretty much what I wanted to discuss about this subject. So Shane, so what do you think of Michael Pachter, saying that Sony is pretty much in trouble, or they're not going to be the same in 10 years time?
I mean, I kind of agree with the person that summed it up in the article there at the end. I mean, he's kind of right. As we know it, it shouldn't be the same in 10 years. It shouldn't be nothing like we know it in 10 years. It should definitely should change. And I mean, I agree with him to a point, but I don't agree with him in a lot of points. Where as far as them being doomed. Come on, man, it's PlayStation. They're not doomed. They're not going anywhere. Do I think they're behind? Yes, a little bit. As far as the whole Game Pass, the whole service model, they're definitely behind. Is when it comes to that. None of their services right now and the things that they recently came out with, I don't think can currently compete with Game Pass. But I mean, they have their blockbuster sellers. They have their hardcore game foundation. They have their games, in the stable. So I mean, they have what they need now. Do they need to do a little bit of uh transforming and how do I want to say it? Catching up with the times. Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. They need to figure out a model that works for them and that is feasible for them. But is Game Pass necessarily the answer for them? Maybe not. Something like it, maybe. Yeah, sure. But I mean, like I said, I agree with him. I don't think they're doomed whatsoever. I think that's just
silly talk. Not, I
Totally
mean,
silly
yeah,
nonsense,
yeah,
right?
he was
Total,
trolling
total,
for sure.
total nonsense, right? Right, total
Mhm,
nonsense. But like I said, I do think they have some catching up to do on that part. And it can easily be done. I mean, it's not like they don't have the money. It's not like they can't do it. It's just all about how they want to go about it and what things they want to do. Like with them supposedly wanting to come up with these 10 live service games. I mean, that's a a start for them in some ways and aspects. I mean, just hopefully, like we talked in our last podcast about it, that hopefully they
mhm.
don't water it down or make it all about the cash grab when it comes to those live service games. And I mean, if they do 10 of them, maybe one or two will stick, like we said. So I mean, but as far as catching up with the Game Pass service, they're definitely behind as far as that goes. I mean, but they could easily implement something to where it's a subscription base. You get all our games day and date. Da 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 da. It's not that hard. So I mean,
Yeah.
they could definitely implement something.
Well, speaking on that, he did go on and actually he tweeted Michael Pachter. He went ahead and tweeted that it took Sony 40 years to discontinue Betamax and accept that it lost the war to VHS, implying that PlayStation's already losing and it will be a while before Sony realizes it. Like, so they're saying, meaning he's pretty much, Betamax and VHS, and they're talking about how they're behind on the whole Game Pass service
Right.
subscription type deal, like you were just saying.
Right, definitely. I mean, I definitely get what he's saying, but and Sony's a little stubborn when it comes to a few things, especially admitting defeat or that they may have made a wrong choice or didn't adhere to something as quickly as maybe they should have.
Hmm.
But I don't see them being down and out, and I don't see them not eventually transform into some type of model, especially if Game Pass continues to succeed in the way it's succeeding and within the next year or two, and if it just keeps growing at the rate it's going, I mean, they're already trying to implement some things thus far as to try to compete with it. I don't think it's comparable, but they definitely are trying to stay with the times.
Hmm. Yeah, so I totally agree. Like I tweeted out when I first heard his statement. Like I see where he's coming from. Like you just pretty much. I'm not going to say what you said, but just to sum it up, like they're definitely like I don't know what they're doing. Like in 10 years, like I see consoles not really being as relevant. Like there's going to be consoles, of course, but at the point, just like how like TVs and streaming just pretty much got rid of cable and the whole,
Hmm.
like the set top box. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need that device anymore. All you need
Correct.
is a screen and a subscription. Right? That's all you're going to
And
need.
that right, that's it.
And like, okay, what is play? I mean, like you said, I could see PlayStation, even if there was no more consoles, PlayStation can still do what they're doing now. Just, you know, hey, if you want to buy these games and stream it to your TV, you can still buy these games and stream it to your TV. You don't need the hardware to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely thought, what he said was crazy to say that they're doomed. PlayStation is definitely going to be around, for the whole console gaming, for generations to come, you know, unless something, God forbid something happens, to any of them, because we have seen some, gaming consoles fold. Uh,
True enough.
yeah.
I think they have a big enough stake in the situation to where they're not just going to fold like that or bow out. They've got too much to lose here, and it's going their fan base, man, and then the games they produce. I mean, they come with some pretty hard hitting games, man, with some pretty high number sales and some nice cash revenue flow going on there. So I don't see them folding or bowing out. Now, will they have to change their model? Yes, I do believe they're going to have to get with the times eventually, but like I said, Sony's a little stubborn, but I think they'll get with it eventually. They have no other choice. I mean, we've seen it in the past where they were reluctant on doing certain things or believing in certain ways, and Xbox did it one way, just with the as far as the paying for the online service. You know what I mean, with Xbox Gold or whatnot. You know what I mean. Xbox brought that model to the table and whatnot, and other places didn't want to do it, and but then you seen what it became. Everyone
Mhm.
started to do it.
Yep. Yep.
So I mean, it's just one of those things, man. It's the early stages of it, and so everybody's sitting back like, huh, is this going to work? Are gamers going to let this happen? Are
Yep.
gamers okay with this? Do
Yep.
they like this model better? And once they see the numbers produce, they'll get with it, most definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And they're changing as we know it. Like they said one thing in the beginning of this generation, I'll never let them forget it because it was crazy. It was just old thinking. We believe in generations. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But then they completely changed their tune,
Backstepped on that,
like
ASAP.
quickly. Didn't give no explanation or nothing. They're
Right.
just like, yeah, we're just gonna act like we never said that, and we're just gonna move on. And yeah, man, like I said,
And,
game.
and everyone else acts like that too,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. Like
Yes.
Xbox saying they don't care about exclusives, but yet buying up all these publishers to have exclusive content, you know. So yeah, was there but that's all I wanted to say about this topic here. Was there anything else you wanted to
No,
mention
man,
before we move
I
on?
pretty much gave my opinion and spoke my
Yeah,
piece on it,
you did
man.
it well. You did it very well. I didn't have to say much. I totally agree. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our final topic here, which is Halo announcing or pretty much letting us know that season 2 is coming soon in May, to be exact. May 3rd, I believe. So let me pull it up here. So Halo went ahead and came out with a new blog post on the halowaypoint.com. So let me pull that up here. So um, Halo pretty much, so 343 Industries wanted to go ahead and announce and give us an update on the state of Halo and what's going on. They actually addressed a couple things in this blog post, but I'm mainly going to focus on them referring to Halo Infinite Season 2, the multiplayer portion, because a lot of people, if you haven't noticed already, or if you haven't been hearing or anything like that, it seems like the player base is kind of started to fall off a little bit. People are getting tired of the same content. They only have like 5 multiplayer arena maps and like 2 big team arena maps, I believe. And this has been going on like for a while, for months now. And then they went ahead and extended season 1. They're supposed to be roughly around every 3 to 4 months, but they said the first season was going to last for 6 months. So they went ahead, let me read the article here. The blog post, they address issues negatively impacting the player experience. The completing season 2 and delivering it as promised on May 3rd. And they also talked about continuing work on campaign co-op Forge in season 3. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump to priority number 2, which is shipping season 2. All right. So the blog post, it says, if you check your season 1 battle pass, you will see that the season 1 ends on May 2nd, and that's because season 2 will launch May 3rd. I'm very excited to announce the official name and theme for season 2, which is ... Lone Wolves. All right. So, lone wolf Spartans are hunters, trackers. They're resourceful improvisers operating deep in enemy territory without resupply or support. They're fierce, rugged, and prefer to work alone, but they're still loyal to the Spartan pack. And here's a early peek of 2 of these lone wolves. So here's some costumes or armor, as you will, that it looks like you might be able to unlock throughout the season pass. All right. And then it says not all season content is directly linked to the theme. So of course, like season 1, you know, it was the Reach theme, but they also had like samurai armor and other events within this first season. So they're going to do the same thing for season 2. All right, and there's some more concept art. So during season 2, we will also be shipping playlist updates, balance changes, and new modes and maps, specifically one arena map named Catalyst and one big team battle map named Breaker. The new modes include Last Spartan Standing, a free-for-all elimination mode, as well as another new mode named Land Grab, plus the return of an updated all-time favorite mode, King of the Hill. All right. And then looks like some concept art for both of the maps. This is Breaker for the big team battle map, kind of giving me some Rust vibes here. And then here's concept art for Catalyst. Yeah, I'm definitely more into Arena. But excited that we're getting another big team battle map as well, because I heard a lot of people from the community want another big team battle map.
Definitely.
All right. And to end it off, it says we will have a lot more to share about the season 2 maps, modes, customization options, and narrative content in April as our marketing and promotional campaign kicks into high gear. All right. So I wanted to point out some, some caveats here, some things that a lot of people were concerned about. One is that there's no co-op. They were saying that co-op was going to come in the first half of the year. Now I've been reading where it's not launching with season 2, but it's coming in season 2. So definitely, if you've been waiting to play the campaign co-op with a buddy or someone online, definitely that's still coming, but it's not coming when this season drops on May 3rd. All right. And then, of course, they're still saying that Forge will release with season 3 whenever that's going to come out, which people started speculating. Hopefully, this season doesn't last as long as season 1, So is it going to be another 6 months, or is season 3 going to launch at the end of the summer? So that's another thing that people are also worried about. And then also another one is that the maps, man, like we've been waiting for these maps. People are tired of playing the same maps. It's another reason why I used to play this game every day. Now I just play it every once in a while, just to stay up to date and try to level up my battle pass. But it's the same exact maps, the same exact modes. They're giving us 3 new modes, which is definitely good, but they're only giving us 1 arena map and 1 big team battle map. Now, the big team battle map, I can understand that they only would come out with like 1, just because they're a huge map. So it's going to take a lot more matches to explore this map and to know every crook and cranny of this map to learn what's the best angles to attack your enemy or get the job done. You know what I'm saying? But with the arena, just 1 new map, come on now. I'm expecting, and I don't know if it's going to be another 6 months, I need a new map at least once a month. That's how I'm feeling, or at least bring back older maps, to fill in that time. I'm not, I'm sounding too greedy, like 1 new map a
No,
month.
not at all. No.
But yeah, definitely at least give us, 2 maps to start off with, and then 1's going to come later on in the season, something like that. But just 1 and no mention of more coming, that kind of has me scared, But nonetheless, I'm excited that, we're almost getting close to season 1 being finished, because I'm excited to see, this content that they're going to pump out in Halo, because this game, when it launched, everyone was going crazy for it. It had everybody's attention. People were loving it. But it just seems like with, all these games coming out, people are deciding to, still the same old, same old. I'm going to toss that to the side. I'm going to play Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, Dying Light 2, and all these other games that just came out. You know what I'm saying? So, Shane, what do you think of them announcing season 2, and how do you feel
Man,
about, the state of Halo right now?
man, oh man, oh man. That's really all I can say, man. I mean, Halo. Man, they got off to a rough start, man, and it doesn't seem like they're getting it into gear too quickly here. I just feel like they have an uphill battle here, man. I mean, people were excited for this game. People were loving it when it first dropped, and then it was dropping early, and this and that after all the setbacks and pushbacks and everything. I just feel like they should have pushed it back even more if they weren't ready, man. I mean, they already pushed it back so much. What would have been another 6 months or whatnot just to make sure we had enough maps and to make sure all the bugs worked and to bring co-op along? I mean, I just feel like that uh, they might have flopped with this one, man. I hate to say that. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a big bust because they still have time. I mean, to rekindle the fire, but I just feel like I just feel like it's an uphill battle, man. They're not coming out with content enough. They're not giving us the co-op. They're not giving us the things that we want as far as Halo players want to be able to play. You know, just one big team battle map and this and that. That's just I feel like they should have had way more content ready. It should have been should have been released in a way better state than this game was released in. And I'm kind of disappointed in a sense, you know what I mean? Because we all looked forward to Halo. We were all running and gunning and couldn't wait. And then when they announced it was dropping early, man, the internet broke that day. Everybody was like, "Oh, what? We can download it. What? When? Oh man!" Oh, everybody rushed home to try to play that, and I just feel like I kind of feel like they're letting us down in a sense, man. For real, and the more time they take and the longer they take to try to build it, it may develop into something beautiful. But some people just may be fed up with it by the time it picks back up. And I'm just hoping that they can get it together behind the scenes and push some maps out and they should not be leaving us this long without anything. That season one should have not lasted so long without nothing new to the table. I mean, that's the whole point in these seasons is to bring in new content and reintroduce new content. And they just kind of left us high and dry in season one. And season two, I mean, it may be better, but I just feel like it's not enough content. They need to bring the content, man. And
Exactly.
that's just how I feel about it.
I totally agree. Like it's definitely like I'm excited, but it's still it feels like a letdown to me. Like I'm expecting more, and especially with me, it's like there's other live service games or multiplayer games that have this same model. With season drops and everything. Like Fortnite, Apex, Warzone. Like I mean, to granted, like I can't really remember with Fortnite per se, but I do remember Warzone and Apex. Like it seems like every live service game like this, they tend to start off slow for me. Like Apex dropped, loved it, but it just took so long for like I think these games dropped without a season. Like it was like
Mhm.
season 0. So you
Right.
had like 3 months of just seeing how the game was doing. Then they dropped season 1 and it was like the bare minimum. And then so it was just like a long, you know, wait for more content. Now those games have a battle rhythm and they're rocking and rolling. Same with Warzone. Fell off on Warzone 2, played it so much, and then it was like I just felt like, okay, I need another map or I need something different. Like they do insert different game modes, which is good, a nice change of pace. But I just felt like I got burnt out with playing this game. Giving it as much time as I did with those games, you would think that people would be like, all right, now, come on, we need to start pumping content every so often. And then with Halo, it's like the battle pass isn't that great. Like I'm not looking like, ooh, I unlocked something and it's like something minor, or a little cosmetic that doesn't really stand out at all, you
Right.
know. Um, and then when they do have things on their store, like it's really nothing too special and it's overpriced, even though I know they kind of fixed the pricing thing, but it's still like, okay, Like it's nothing too special for me to invest that money to make my Spartan look a little bit different, you
Right.
know. So, but I totally agree with you. I think I still love the game. Still, have fun with the multiplayer when I do jump on, but it's not for an extended period of time like it was when it first came out.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of gamers are feeling that way. And with all these games coming out, you got to do something to bring players back. This might bring a handful of players back, but I don't think people are going to be rushing back. You
I
know.
feel like it will, but just momentarily. People are going to be like, oh, let me check it out. Let me see what the new game modes are. Let me check out the new map. And
Hmm.
then give it a couple weeks and they're gonna be feeling just like they're feeling now, you know? I mean, I just feel like they don't have enough content. They're not bringing enough content. Like you said, a lot of these live service games did start like that. I can remember back when Fortnite, where it had its slow periods, and it was like, man, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Is
Hmm.
this it? And look at what it's blossomed into today. It's just the same thing with Apex, man. I remember I was on the Apex train when it first dropped, and it was like loved it. Everybody hyped, and then it just got to a point where I just felt like things weren't evolving fast enough for me, and other games grabbed my interest, and then
Hmm.
I kind of left that behind. I might every time a new season drops, I might check it out, but I left it behind so far as to where now I don't even really check it out when new stuff drops, the new seasons. And
Hmm.
you're gonna have people like that. You're gonna have people that stick around, and you're gonna have people that not. Just hopefully they can get this stuff up and moving quick enough to where they don't lose everybody, and to where they still captivate some of the people that are dwindling away.
Definitely, I agree. But hopefully, I still have hope. I'm gonna stand on my assumption, or what I think is going to happen is that even though it'll be a whole year, I feel like the year one anniversary is going to be dope. They're going to have the game is going to be complete. They're going to have new story elements. They're going to have all kinds of things. Like I just feel like um they just wanted to put the game out there because they developing this game seemed like it was a struggle, so they went ahead and launched the game. Luckily it was a decent enough game to please gamers for the time being, but as of right now, it kind of seems like it's in limbo. It's at standstill, at least for a lot of gamers personally, especially to me. So, but I feel like even if whether it be with season 3 or season 4, whenever that 1 year anniversary comes around, I feel like that's the make or break moment for Halo for me. Either they got things figured out and they gave us a lot of things, or just hey, it is what it is. You either like it or you don't at this point.
Scrap it.
All right, but that's all I had wanted to say about this. Did you have anything last words?
No, man, I pretty much said it how I felt about it several times. So it's either they need to get it together, man, or scrap it, like I said. So
Yes, sir. All right. So you already know we're coming up to the end of the show here. So just going to go ahead and wrap it up. So definitely thank you guys for making it to the end of the episode. Let us know what your thoughts are about these topics, what you think about the Sony State of Play. Was there any games that you're excited for coming out? Um, is there what do you think about, is PlayStation gonna be doomed in 10 years, or was he just blowing smoke, just you know
no.
yeah, was he just saying what he said because that's what he's known to be doing, or do you see some truth behind what he was saying, even though he was saying some outlandish things? And then also let us know what you guys think about Halo, and are you still playing it now? You still enjoying it, or are you waiting for new content? Just let us know how you guys feel about the whole situation. Are you excited for season 2 arriving May 3rd, so you can jump back in, because I know majority of people are probably playing Elden Ring right now. So
Hmm.
so let's see if let me know if Halo is going to bring you back to their ecosystem on May 3rd. All right. But before we go, I did want to know, I know TA and we've been talking, I believe it was like Gotham Knights, which is a new Batman game. That got a release date for October 25th, I believe. So we're definitely excited for that game. I'm excited for it. I think it looks way better out of the two new Batman games we're getting from Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and
Mhm.
this game. So I'm very excited for this game. So now I'm happy to hear that we have a date to look forward to. I just hope they give us some more information, maybe this summer or anything. Just give us, just more details about it, because the last time they showed this game was in like 2020, and it was just that, like that E3 demo, you know. So definitely that's something I'm happy to look forward to. Shane, did you have anything?
Yeah, man. Please just share y'all's thoughts with us on any of the topics we discussed here. Especially, man, I really would like to know what all your all's opinion on what could get this Halo thing to where it needs to be, man. What's it missing? What can Xbox do to make Halo the Halo we remember and the things we want and love? Just please let us know in the comments, man. Just your opinion. And like I said, give us your opinion on the state of play. Letter grade, man. Just let us know your opinion, man. We like it all, the good, the bad, man. Just like, comment, subscribe, man. And I can be reached at Twitter at Terp Tech, man, anytime. Just hit me up. You know what I mean? You want to get on a game. I haven't been on a lot here lately, but that's going to change, like I said, here real soon in the next couple of weeks. My friend list isn't full yet, so if you're willing to play anything or any of the games I like to play, I'll be more than happy to play with you all and converse and maybe a little trash talking. But it's all
Always.
in the fun of sport, man. It's all in love of the game. So
Definitely. So go ahead and follow Shane at Terp Tech. That's his Twitter handle. And you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Donnie Tress, DONNYTR, the number 3S. Like he said, man, go ahead and let us know what you guys think down in the comments, or let us know on Twitter. Man, we'll definitely, we don't bite, man. We'll conversate with you guys. We would just love to hear your opinions. All right. But other than that, this is the end of the show. Like and subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous podcast YouTube channel. We have reached over 20 subscribers. So that's definitely accomplishment to us. So appreciate you guys supporting the channel.
big facts.
Continue sharing it and telling your friends to tell a
Much
friend
love.
to tell another friend. We really appreciate that, man. We're trying to grow this channel. We feel like it's going to be something huge, man. So definitely, man, let us know what you think about it. It's been fun, and it's been real. But until next time, never stop gaming. Peace.